Yo, welcome everyone. One of the most promising crypto projects literally collapsed, and it seems like history from the Luna crash is now repeating. Unfortunately, the chart of OM or Mantra does look terrible because this specific coin in only a couple of hours lost approximately 90% of its value. If you have been following my specific channel for the past couple of months, you most probably know I have been very bullish on this specific project, and yes, I was even buying at approximately 64 cents, but fortunately for me, I have sold majority of my coins at approximately 6.5 and also $7 area. And now looking back, if I would not be selling at this specific levels right here, now I would lose even more money than in the Luna crash itself. That is why I really do hope you survive the crash, and that is also right now why we need to look at something more promising, which is going to be the Bitcoin chart itself, where at the moment I am still holding some very nice positions, Bitcoin long from $76,600 area, then also XRP, Ondo, and also Ethereum. But to be honest, at the moment, ideally, I would still like to see some kind of a rejection towards downside, towards the area of approximately $78,000. And that is exactly what I also posted on Twitter only 1 hour ago. I even said to you, ideally, I want a rejection toward $79,000, but if not, pay attention to the price target of $87,000. Either way, someone's getting liquidated. Might as well not be you. So yes, at the moment it does look like the rising wedge is seeing a break towards the downside. The diagonal area of support is clearly getting lost, and additionally at the moment all we can see is Bitcoin retesting the daily high-term time frame area of resistance at $85,100. And let me right now do share with you what is going to be an ideal scenario I'm right now paying attention to, and also what is going to be an even more bullish scenario for Bitcoin if we are not going to see a push towards the downside and we are simply going to continue much higher. Now, with our slightly more bearish scenario, which is still going to be a push towards downside, a break towards downside out of our rising wedge pattern towards our major price target right here, we can simply talk about a 5-wave Elliott wave price structure. What does that mean? Let's go right now with our Elliott impulsive wave, where we can identify the first impulse. If we right now go lower, we are going to say the second Elliott wave right here, and after it, we can expect another significant third Elliott wave, quite a big impulse, literally straight towards the upside. And that is why right now I do need to share with you the exact price targets you should be aware of. We are going to go with our Fibonacci extension tool from our swing low back towards the swing high, back towards the swing low. Of course, once again, if Bitcoin is even going to see a hit of this specific price target area of $78,000. In that case, we are paying attention to the price target of approximately $97,400, which I would definitely say it's quite a high price target, and it is also going to look like Bitcoin in that case is going to take out this specific high, which is also going to be a very important liquidity level, especially if you do pay attention to the liquidation levels. But nevertheless, this right here is going to be quite a bullish scenario if Bitcoin is right now first of all going to see a push down and only then continuation towards the upside. However, what if we can talk about an even more bullish scenario? In that case, we are not looking for a rejection towards downside, but actually already a continuation towards much higher price targets. Before we do talk about that, I would right now really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are definitely possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Now, if Bitcoin does not see a push down in the next couple of hours, we can already expect higher. Why so? Because not only Bitcoin is going to break our daily high-term time frame area of resistance, but also we are going to break a massive diagonal trend line looking right now on the logarithmic chart and also going on the daily time frame. You can right now clearly see we are still trading below a major diagonal area of resistance. And I actually saw it yesterday in the comments, someone was saying to me, bro, you're putting the trend line on your chart completely wrong. You should not be using the logarithmic chart, you should plot the trend right here on a slightly different way. And yes, there are multiple ways for you to get this specific diagonal area of resistance. One way is going to be to use the logarithmic chart, simply because I do prefer using the logarithmic chart on a higher term time frame. However, what if we right now go without this specific trend line, do go with the normal scale right here without the logarithmic chart, and once again connect our lower highs with some kind of a diagonal area of resistance. If we right now pay attention to this specific trend line, clearly it does look like Bitcoin is already breaking it towards the upside, which of course one could say it is already going to be quite a significant bullish Bitcoin indication. However, usually on a successful breakout, we also want to see some kind of a retest. Now, of course, one could say we have already gotten a retest at this specific area. However, what if we right now say majority of the market is right now paying attention to this exact trend line? So guess what? Majority is already bullish. And if majority is right now already bullish, of course, Bitcoin is probably going to do something completely opposite. That is why I am telling to you, a push towards the downside out of the rising wedge pattern, it is still going to be ideal. I even posted about a push towards downside only 1 hour ago on Twitter right here. That is why if we do see right now a push towards downside, of course, maybe even hitting our major price target at approximately 79,000, 78,000 US dollar area, people, trust me, are going to get completely wrecked. Why so? Because guess what? People are going with the breakout trades exactly once Bitcoin starts breaking some kind of a bigger level towards the upside. And guess where is their stop loss? Exactly below the trend line area of support. So that is why, once again, I am telling to you, ideally, I want to see a push towards downside. People are going to get stopped out. People are going to get wrecked. We are still okay doing with our long or buying positions because, of course, we are longing exactly at the lows. We are longing the exact area of support. But once again, if we do go higher right now and Bitcoin is simply not going to see push towards downside, we are still going to do fine because, once again, our long positions are going to print even more. Now, additionally, let's talk about this very interesting chart from Titan of Crypto, who is right now talking about some very interesting ascending channel. And it really does look like Bitcoin already a couple of days ago hit quite an important and a major area of support. Previously, once this support level right here was hit back in 2024, we got quite a significant bounce towards the up. So I would actually say this specific area of the Bitcoin chart does look very similar to what is happening right now. Yes, a push down, it is slightly more steep, but nevertheless, you can also see we went in the green area, pushed down towards the red area. We went in the green area right here, pushed down towards the red area. And also one very important thing, the indicator called hash ribbons indicator is at the moment looking also very similar. We got a buy signal right here, another collapse for a liquidity grab, and then a major push towards the upside. Also right here, we got a buy signal, another push down for a liquidity grab, and as of right now, potentially, Bitcoin is going to continue its way massively towards the upside. But once again, make sure you are prepared and make sure potentially if we do see right now a push towards downside, you do not get shaken out. That is why right now, I also want to share with you the first important area of resistance you should definitely not ignore. And if you also want to secure a free bonus without KYC and without VPN, click simply the second link down below in the description, because I was able to negotiate for you to get the 8,560 US dollar bonus and also 10 USDT only on a sign up that is right now unfortunately still capped to only 300 users. So take advantage while you still can with the second link down below. Then also deposit something on the platform because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. And additionally, the more you're going to trade until the end of April 2025, the bigger rewards you're actually going to get. So take advantage of the free bonus without KYC, without VPN on Bitunix exchange with the second link down below in the description. Now, let's talk about our much important higher price targets if simply we are going to continue higher without pushing towards downside first. And all we have to do right here is to apply the bigger golden Fibonacci ratio on our chart. After we go through Bitcoin, actually, by the way, also, I do need to share with you what has been happening on the XRP price as well, because our trade from yesterday is as of right now definitely in a very nice profit. The only thing we do need to right now do with our trade right here is to monitor what XRP, but most importantly, what Bitcoin is going to be doing in the next couple of hours. But nevertheless, let's go right now from our swing high back towards the swing low. Clearly, the golden Fibonacci ratio is coming in at the 87,000 US dollar area, but this specific level is also not a random level. We can identify another important volume area of resistance exactly at the golden pocket. So you can right now see value area high exactly at the golden Fibonacci ratio, which right now means, locally speaking, this specific level is right now going to be some kind of the first small area of resistance. Additionally, I would definitely say a bigger and a better price target, or a bigger area of resistance, is definitely going to be this specific high for liquidity purposes, but nevertheless, some kind of a level I would definitely not ignore right now. It is going to be the golden Fibonacci ratio at 87,000 US dollars. Now, additionally, remember what we said yesterday. Pay attention to the CME future chart, because if Bitcoin is going to confirm a brand new CME gap, you should really pay attention to it, because 90% of all of the CME gaps usually get filled sooner rather than later. But it does look like there is right now no CME gap, or we should simply say the CME gap has already been closed, because simply Bitcoin has been able to see some kind of a push towards the upside. That is why right now the plan on Bitcoin is staying very, very simple. Would I fire another long or a buy position right here? To be honest, not really. I am already right now comfortable holding all of those long positions from much lower, but if I would not be right now in any positions, definitely this specific level is not an area for you to look for a brand new long or a buy position. If you're looking for a brand new long or a buy, of course, we are looking to go with a buy position at the area of support if the opportunity is going to be offered to us. I am not saying that this specific support level must be hit. I am not saying it is going to be hit. I am saying if it gets hit, I am prepared. And of course, simply then we can be looking to fire another long or a buy position on the Bitcoin chart itself. If we right now simply continue higher, we are definitely first of all looking towards our golden Fibonacci ratio, but then also ideally we go above our recent highs, above 88,700 US dollars on the Bitcoin chart itself. But let me right now also do share with you what has been happening with XRP, because already a couple of hours ago, XRP confirmed a brand new weekly high-term time frame area of support right here that is right now aligning perfectly also with the golden Fibonacci ratio. So my plan on XRP is exactly the same as on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does see a push towards downside, towards our major price target right here, towards the daily, towards the weekly, of course, I'm looking the exact same thing to also happen with Ripple's price as well, because it does look like the daily and the weekly are perfectly aligning and are literally looking exactly the same as on Bitcoin. We are forming some kind of a rising wedge pattern. We already hit a major golden Fibonacci ratio, so if we right now continue lower, those targets right here are very important ones, with the better target being at 1.92 US dollars, because also right here we have our previous low for liquidity purposes, where once again, if the opportunity is offered to us, we can be looking for another long or a buy position on the XRP price as well. That is why make sure you're ready, set an alert if the level is going to be hit in the next couple of hours. But nevertheless, ideally, overall speaking, even if we do see a push towards downside first, we are still looking for another major pump towards the upside. That is why if you want to get a free 8,500 US dollar bonus without KYC, click the second link down below in the description, register, because you're also going to get 10 USDT completely for free, and then also deposit on the platform because you're going to get 20% deposit bonus. And now also thank you for smashing up the like button.